Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid. We're going to be resuming our Let's Play with Late Age Mictlan in the YouTuber multiplayer series. And I think last turn was almost over a month ago, or maybe it was well over a month ago. I have been a little lazy in recording. We have about 8 turns that I've played out so far ahead of this, but I can only upload once 5 are done, so I'm really only like 3 turns behind. So I think what I'm going to do is I think we're on a cadence where I can do 1 turn a week, and I'm going to kind of record ahead, and I will put them on a schedule. So you should have a nice 1 turn a week going on from here out for a while, unless I get lazy again, which is possible. Okay, so anyway, we are on turn 17. And here we go. So I have a message from Man. Man says, greetings Mictlan. We received a mixed message from both you and Midgard. Each of you urges us to attack the other, and we grow concerned seeing Jaguar warrior forces more into our border provinces, while Midgard has a sizable force at his throne of bones. Neither of you make concessions, and neither of you show a willingness to negotiate. We sit on our side of the swamp, looking over the ramparts with high concern, the Wardens of Avalon. Okay, so Midgard sends me a message. Bloodman, your messages confuses us. We not declares wars on you, then why does us attack you? We offers you trades for Mori's grace for 1 turns, and you thinks this is us declaring wars. We know wants wars. Is everybody else wants wars? Other nations tell Midgards, use not goes to wars against the Bloodmen. Okay, you guys can read this. This is really hard to read. So I think he's saying he'll give diplomacy another shot, and then I'll send a message then a message from Utgard to the hungry warriors of Mictlan. Very well, then we shall engage in war in order to press our claims. We are, however, open to diplomacy given the circumstances. Okay, so this is kind of a diplomacy cluster. You know what? The other thing, and this is important, and we'll watch this battle next, is. Last turn, we were preparing for a big battle with Utgard, so let's see how that goes. Okay, so I was expecting Utgard would move a lot of stuff here, but maybe I was expecting like a smaller portion of this army, because I thought this big army would move to my cap, and then he would send a smaller portion to take this, which is a lot of PD, plus a lot of Jaguar warriors and Eagle warriors. So let's see what happens here. I'm not sure how I have it scripted. Hopefully the Eagle Warriors are on hold and attack rear, and the Jaguars are on just attack. So this, early game battles are mostly about what your bless is and how many troops you bring. So there's not really any spells going up. You can see some non-optimal things, like these guys are all going to be dead by the time the rest of my guys make contact. So I probably should have positioned some dudes better, anticipating the heavy cav moving in. These are mercs, so I don't really care if they die. So let's take a look at what's going on up here. We're fighting these Gamherdings, who are pretty tough. They've got fortitude and regeneration. While I'm in Jaguar form, my damage is not that high. But as my forms shift, which I don't think I've seen it yet, it will dramatically increase. So we've got 1 werewolf here, and this guy... Okay, he's a little afflicted up, but that's okay. Oh, he lost his head. He might need that. But oddly, he can still bite, so that would be a bug worthy of reporting. Not the fact that he's alive without a head, but the fact that he... How did this slave get here? Okay, the Jaguars are killing a lot of these Gamherdings. So this whole flank of Utgard is basically getting crushed. But unfortunately, he has a big blob up here, which have killed all the heavy cav, though it took him a while, and they're about to make this squatter out, I think. But these Jaguars do a lot of damage. One of the problems with Jaguar warriors is they're kind of low damage until they switch forms. So, okay, and where they're kind of getting annihilated here. My little luck is... They've got enough of these archers, actually, that it's kind of messing... These archers are actually doing a lot of the work. These Gamherdings don't hit very often, and my own archers aren't really helping, so... I think all of that is making my luck less effective. That said, these Jaguars should go down swinging. But when they get surrounded by this, like this, it's not going to be good. Yeah, you don't want to be these guys. Okay, he's got this guy here, like a little thug with some thug gear. Which, you gotta be careful bringing thugs in against these little glass cannon Mictlan builds. Okay. This is not looking good. Okay, so we lost. Which, I mean, we knew we would lose if Utgard brought everything. Let's at least see how we trade it. Okay, we killed half of his cap-only sacreds, which is pretty good. These guys are expensive, so... let's say we killed 30 of them. We didn't quite. We killed 27. But if we killed 30, that would be about 1,500 gold plus these guys, which is like another 250. So almost 2,000 gold of stuff we killed. On our side, we lost our PD, which was a lot. And then our gold loss was not that bad. 15 times 10, so that's 150. And then 25 times 20, that's like 200, or what, 500? Yeah. So we lost, I don't know, we lost about the same. This was kind of an equal trade, even though he brought way more to the fight, which is good, kind of. I mean, it's bad for me, but it's all you can ask for, right? If the other person brings way more to you than you to a fight, and you trade evenly, that's pretty good. We expand underwater. We're not going to watch that. It seems to have gone well. And then we attack some Indies here, which had annoyingly sieged our capital. I mean, not our capital, one of our forts. So that was okay. We got attacked here by more of these Indies, which is pretty freaking annoying. Stupid Throne of Bones. Okay, so now we're going to have to go back and take this. Or now we're going to go take this. So this is actually a little bit more tricky. These Triton Troopers are pretty tough. They do a lot of damage. I mean, they have a lot of armor. And they kind of do damage through their poison, so we do need to be careful here. They have poison spines, so when you attack them, you can get murked by poison. So that's basically what's going on here. We are building a lab here, so I can go ahead and blood hunt and recruit more of these Mictlan priests. I think we're sending... Okay, no, we're sending some eagle dudes over this way. I'm not sure where this guy's going to move. He can move up here, but basically, I'm going to try to kind of concentrate armies, and losing this battle's bad. There's a few reasons it's bad. One is that Man doesn't really like me. He has a ton of troops on my border, and I now look like a medium-sized empire that is not well defended. So that's a problem. So if we lose one more big battle like that, we're out of the game. And that's just kind of how this is going to work. So we have to be really careful. I've been doing desperate things over here because... And I think I don't really love Mictlan that much. This is kind of my first time to play them in a multiplayer game. And I really don't like the map move 1. It makes it, especially when you can't really trust your neighbors... I've kind of been forced into these desperate situations where I have to bring what I have to defend, and then these guys are deathballing instead of what would be more greedy kind of raiding, which I prefer greedy kind of raiding. So I have to be really careful now. I have to, I have to respect this Utgard deathball. Like, I can't take these guys and move them here and take this lizard province, which I'd like to do. I can't do it because if they move here, they could eat me. So that's not good. So my goal is going to be maybe we can make peace with Utgard or something like that, but we'll see. He's probably just going to attack me. I'm not sending him any messages. I do send a message to Midgard. Let's go ahead and read it. How about we just have peace? So Midgard proposed peace. Then I send a message to Ulm. Hey, we just killed half of Utgard's cap-only sacreds with a reasonably small army we had. I think Man's going to attack us. We'll be fighting on the defensive for a bit. Wish us luck. And then a message to Satis. Now I have a nap with Ulm, so I'm not really worried about my northern border. And then I say, seems that the war with Pan isn't going great. Maybe you let Ulm take over, make peace, and switch to attacking Man. So, I'm a little worried. Basically, we're going to move these guys back here. We're going to consolidate this. I also need to have these slaves where I can potentially hold up fort walls with them. This palisade's pretty close to coming up. It should come up this turn. I'm building a temple too, so I can get more jag production. Yeah, I think that's about it. So I guess we'll do one more. Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to do kind of short episodes because the game is going so slow. If I do 2 episodes per turn, or 2 turns per episode, then yeah, then I'm not really going to be able to put up a video every week. Okay, so we're moving in. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to talk about. Really, it's just I'm consolidating all of my forces, bringing jags. A lot of it, when you are recruiting out of a lot of forts, a lot of the game is logistics and trying to appropriately concentrate your forces. I like to raid a lot. Raiding is good and fun and profitable. But if man attacks me and I lose one more battle to Utgard, I'm out of the game, effectively. I mean, I can sit inside my fort. So my armies are now at a premium, and I'm going to have to start deathballing myself. And the consequence of deathballing means that if they start becoming more greedy and raiding me, then I'm not going to be able to do much about it, because I've just got one big, really freaking slow army. So anyway, this is the situation we have been forced into by not having troops over here. Like, I mean, I was originally, if you recall way back when, I was originally planning on attacking Pangaea with Ulm. That looked like goodness. And then Utgard was doing crazy stuff on my border. And so I was like, well, okay, let's start moving back. But then, like, I was sure he was going to attack me because he had like 300 people on my border. And so I did some raiding. Probably, it could have worked. It could have worked. But probably would have been better sitting on my hands and trying to consolidate forces. I don't know. It's hard to say. Usually if you're getting attacked, it's good to go ahead and raid, but my raids didn't really work that well. And then he didn't do any raiding, he just deathballed. So anyway, that is that. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for another episode. Thanks, guys.